All right, so this drill, we're gonna start to combine more things. I'm about to hop up there and start kipping in a second, but what we are trying to combine here is the thing you did on the banded low rings. Remember toes, hips? We're gonna add one more word to that cue, and it is called scoop. It's what I refer to as scoop. All right, so same thing applies, that your hips cannot move until after you've seen and lifted your toes, but there's gonna be a scoop involved. And I will just say at the forefront of this, anytime that you are going to make an attempt for right now, there's always gotta be at least 3 kip swings first, so that we can really get our shoulders to like accept that this is what we're trying to make them do right now. So I'm gonna hop up here, I'm gonna do the normal thing, right? It's a dead hang, see my head's in front of the rings, slow range of motion, and I'm gonna start to add the hip thing. Hips, there we go. Toes, hips. Toes, hips. All right, let's go back for a second. When I say, again, it's pretty good arch position, look at the hands out, looking down, pointing the toes. You can't really see that. I should have chosen a different angle. But on the way forward, I want you pointing your toes and feeling like, pretend there's a balloon underneath the rings and you're trying to grab it with your feet. And that's how you're gonna propel your toes upwards. So I'm trying to grab that balloon, that scoop, toes first, now hips. All right, I think my previous rep was better than this, so let's go. Scoop, toes first above my hips. This is exactly what we did on those rings. See, even look, my hips are below the rings, my arms are straight, my head's back behind them. Now I can hips. And look where my rings are. They're not at my hips, right? They're not at my hips at all. They're never going to be. So another thing to keep in mind with this drill is that when you do the hips, you do want to try to get them, like that old saying goes, hips to rings, right? But let's think of that as being hips to the same plane as the rings, not as trying to literally bring the hips, or my rings to the hips. Because as you'll see in the next video, I don't come anywhere close to rings to hips, and I don't think you need to be either.